the early Simpsons plan for an Is Homer Bart's Real Father storyline, which never materialized. Not wasting chalk translated into not putting a period at the end of the sentence. Still letting a baby ride in the front seat. Lisa got kicked out of band practice so hard she quit playing the sax and apparently took up the banjo. Maggie is addicted to special relativity. This archway inside an archway that has a picture of an archway inside an archway inside an archway above a little archway. Oh my. I see someone rearranged the letters on this board and threw in a few more thinking I wouldn't notice. But I noticed.
Yeah, Bart. You're supposed to be developing verbal abilities for your big aptitude test tomorrow.
Aptitude test? I think you mean IQ test, Lisa, as stated on this here classroom chalkboard. And they are not the same thing, even though the show will continue to use both as if they're interchangeable.
My turn. Quijibo. K-W-Y-J-I-B-O. 22 points.
Actually, Quijibo is 26 points. However, this is expected from an overly proud underachiever like Bart. The sin is for making me do math.
Whoever did this is in very deep trouble.
And a sloppy speller, too. The preferred spelling of wiener is W-I-E-N-E-R.
Martin would be a wiener at TVSins.
Boys, let's see your hands.
Bart is helpful enough to spray paint his own hands before tagging the wall. You know, to ensure that a certain hue-based idiom could be used and that the story could also move forward. Also, episode wants me to believe he has the can control to perfectly paint just the palms of his hands.
Might say you caught him red-handed.
People who tell other people what they might say.
Mrs. Krabappel, isn't Bart supposed to face the window so he won't be tempted to look at his neighbor's paper?
You're right, Martin. Bart!
This just shifts the temptation to cheat from the person on his right to the person on his left. What if he's ambidextrous?
The test will start now!
All these kids start immediately writing when they couldn't have possibly had enough time to read the impossibly long math problem at the beginning of the test. Bart may not be an actual genius, but he does seem a bit smarter than everyone else here.
At 7:30 a.m., an express train traveling 60 miles an hour leaves Santa Fe bound for Phoenix. At the same time, a local train traveling 30 miles an hour and carrying 40 passengers leaves Phoenix bound for Santa Fe.
This clock says 5:45, which is wrong regardless of Arizona's lack of belief in daylight savings time.
It's 8 cars long and always carries the same number of passengers in each car.
Going out of your way to further complicate math with your interpretive counting. Bart completely erases the names on both papers. Erasers work well, but not well enough to leave absolutely no trace of tampering. When these papers are graded, Bart should be caught red-handed. Again.
Bart's behavior is unruly. He's frequently absent from school, then gives teachers pathetic excuse notes that are obviously childish forgeries when compared to...
Mr. Skinner, Dr. Pryor is here to see you. He says it's urgent.
Send him in. Mr. and Mrs. Simpson, this is our district psychiatrist, Dr. J. Lauren Pryor.
What do we need a psychiatrist for? We know our kid is nuts.
That's quite a hypothesis, Homer. There's been no indication that he's here for Bart. His unexpected visit was unannounced and he just walked in. The fact that he is here for Bart makes Homer the real genius in the room.
Oh, on the contrary, I have some very exciting news for all of us. This aptitude test, Bart here is what we call a gifted child.
A what?
Your son is a genius, Mr. Simpson.
Nobody suspects that Bart cheated, even though his history of cheating requires him to move his desk, so it's harder for him to cheat.
The child is not supposed to know his own IQ, of course.
912?
No, you have it upside down. It's 216. That's still amazingly high.
Amazingly high is an understatement. It would make Bart not just the smartest kid in his school, but one of the smartest people on Earth. The kind of result that people who care about such things would test more than once for verification purposes. Practicing phrenology in the year of our Lord, 1990.
I think we should retest him.
Skinner would have the highest IQ at TVSins. What kind of order are these books in? Zola next to Shakespeare next to Dante? Melville Dewey must be rolling over in his perfectly sorted 393.85 grave.
A comic book? How did this get mixed in here? We used it last week as a prop in a film we made about illiteracy.
I don't get to see this film, so I can sin that too.
Drabbing Norm Duke.
What's your problem?
He's just speaking in backwards phonetics today.
And doing a job of it, he put the ing on the end of the reverse Bart instead of the beginning of the reverse morning. The correct pronunciation here is Tropninrom Dug.
Cool hamsters. What are their names?
Hamster number 1 has been infected with the staphylococci virus.
That is a terrible name. Also, it's a bacterium, not a virus. Also, what an atrocious pronunciation of a word we all know how to say. Pfft.
I'll trade you the weight of a bowling ball on the 8th moon of Jupiter for my lunch for the weight of a feather on the 2nd moon of Neptune from your lunch. Well, Okay.
There you go.
None of the food in this study has been weighed for accuracy.
Who's the Lord Putt?
He's a bullfighter.
No way a bull's gonna miss a target that big, man.
Shameless body shaming is the result of this father and son bonding, forcing me to add a sin for a father and son bonding. Episode needs to explain the biology that allows Homer to get that sound to come out of his armpits over his clothes. Seeing Martin here at the opera reminds me that the episode has ignored what should have been for him a fall from academic grace equal but opposite in distance to what Bart is experiencing. Why has everyone, including Martin, shrugged off his suddenly becoming dumb?
Don't you get it, Bart? Derivative dy equals 3r squared dr over 3, or r squared dr, or r d r r, har d har har. Get it?
The writers who paid attention in calculus class are being dicks to all the dicks who didn't, while simultaneously making fun of the dicks who did pay attention in calculus class. Sin equals dicks cubed over math.
But you do know what happens when you mix acids and bases, right?
Of course I do.
Kids.
Well, I bet it's nothing a little turpentine won't take off.
Homer soaks his boy in turpentine, a toxic chemical used to clean paintbrushes, simply because, while standing upright, Bart looks somewhat like a paintbrush. But he is not a paintbrush. I don't think.
Don't be discouraged, son. I bet Einstein turned himself all sorts of colors before he invented the light bulb.
That's Joseph Swanist.
I think if something can bring us that close, it can't possibly be bad.
Why, you little...
Uh-oh.
Homer survives expressing conditional love.
Makes you sound super smart.
You're not going anywhere until you tell me what a quidgy-bo is.
A righteous infliction of retribution manifested by an appropriate agent.
And sometimes even the best sheep stray from the flock.
You gotta decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
Let me say right at the start that we have one rule here.
Is never get involved in a land war in Asia.
What should I read, ma'am?
You read the Bible, Grant.
If you want peace, you must prepare for war.
War, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
And if you determine the rate of change in this curve correctly, I think you will be pleasantly surprised.
It was my understanding that there would be no math.
Hardy har har. Get it?
I thought my jokes were bad.
Say, what's that? It looks dangerous.
Chemistry is the study of matter, but I prefer to see it as the study of change.
Undercover? Bart, I'm intrigued. Go on.
Infiltrate the dealers, find the supply.